Atlanta Bird Gang, what's happening? It's your dog, man. Tidy checking in with the video, man. Hey, let's get straight to the business. Hey, should the Falcons? Well, let me ask you the question this way. Let me preface it a little bit. With the emergence of Tyler Algier, who looks like an absolutely beast in the making, should the Falcons cut? Should the Falcons cut slash release Cordero Patterson next year in 2023? That's my question, and I'm gonna give you a very short and concise answer. Hell no, they shouldn't. No, you shouldn't cut. You should not cut Cordero Patterson next year in 2023. You bring him right back onto the team in 2023. You don't cut him at all. Even with Tyler Algier looking like he's a beast in the making, you still bring CP back into the fold next year. You still bring him back. And I'll tell you why I say that. Granted, he is getting older. Without looking, I think Cordero will be 32 going into next season. You feel free to fact check me, but I didn't look it up. But I think he'll be 32 going into next season. So he's getting older. He was on the injured reserve, of course, this year. So battling. Starting. He's at that age where you started battling injuries. And but even with that said, you still bring him back. You still bring him back. He is still a very productive player on this team. Granted, his numbers are not like they were last year in 2021. He had an amazing year. So the numbers are not like they were last year, but he's still been productive. Cordero Patterson has almost 1,100 all-purpose yards. That includes rushing, receiving, and special teams. In fact, I think it's right at 1,082 all-purpose yards that he has this year. So right there at about 1,100. He has 8 touchdowns still. 8 touchdowns. And he's averaging 4.9 yards per carry rushing the ball. And that's in only 11 starts this year. 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 11 starts. That's still a very productive player. Still a very productive player. So you bring him back. You definitely bring him back. He's very versatile. Now, I did mention Tyler Algier just a moment ago. Now, you may change things up next year with Algier. Obviously looking like he's going to be the future RB1 of this team. So, you may make Algier the starter next year. But they still, they're still in the backfield together going into next season. So, with Algier being younger, and, if you want to try to preserve Patterson and take some of the wear and tear off him, well, now, you start giving Algier more carries. You make him the starter going into next year, and, you bring Patterson in as a change of pace back. Or you use him a little bit more like we did last year, where you still use him at running back, but you use him a little bit more as a wide receiver because he's still a very effective wide receiver also. We have not used him as often here in the 2022 season as we did in 2021 as a wide receiver. But next year in 2023, if you make Algier, the quote unquote bell cow of the team, then you can split Patterson out wide or put him in the slot and use him more as a receiving option. But you still bring him back. You definitely still bring him back. Even with Algier, looks like he's going to become the beast. With his play this year in his rookie, you still bring Patterson back. You definitely bring him back. And the reason I say that for a few reasons. But one thing about Patterson, prior to him signing his extension with Atlanta, he publicly took less money than he could have got if he would have pursued the market. And he mentioned that he took less money to come back here because this is where he wanted to play. He wanted to play in Atlanta. He loved this city. He loved his team. So he wanted to come back. So yeah, he pretty much said, F the money. I want to play in Atlanta. I love this city. I love this team. F the money. You know, I'm playing here for a lesser amount that I could have got probably going somewhere else playing with a contender. Not only did he take less money to play here, but he was recruiting guys on Twitter for this team. He was recruiting other players on Twitter to come play for the Falcons. And he's become a fan favorite, and he's all around just a great guy. Everybody knows his, excuse me, everybody knows his routine before every game. He plays catch with people in the fans. Well, with fans in the stadium. So he'll be on the sideline playing catch with the fans. So to me, it would be wrong for the Falcons to cut him after all that. You know, when a guy takes less money to be here and a guy is actively recruiting other players to play here, I never seen Matt Ryan and Julio and none of them dudes do that. He's vocally telling you, I want to be here, I'm going to take less money. I never seen Matt and Julio take less money. Matt and Julio took every dime that they can get out of this team. And I'm not mad at them about it. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, I probably would have took every dime I can get. But when you get a guy like Patterson, who's great in the locker room, a vet, who would be a good mentor to the younger guys. There's a lot of younger guys on this team. You got a young quarterback now. Tyler Algier, he's going to be in his second year. So got a lot of young guys. He would be something that this young team needs in the locker room. So if the Falcons were to cut him, which I don't think they will, I think that would be them doing him wrong. After everything he put on the line, the loyalty he showed this team, and I get it. You know, football ain't a loyal sport. I understand that, but still, there's really no need to cut Patterson. Next year's cap hit is only going to be $5.5 million. That's going to account for only 2.4% of our salary cap. So it's going to be just a grain of sand at the beach, pretty much. That's not going to make or break the Falcons in any kind of way. $5.5 million cap hit. And then he's a free agent after that. The rest of the years of his contract are voided out. So you allow him to come back if this is where he wants to be, if this is where he wants to play. You don't cut him. You don't release him. You bring Patterson back to the team. Now, if Patterson were to come to the team next year and say, hey, Terry Fontenot, man, you know I love this team. You know I love this city, but I only got like 1 or 2 years left in me before I retire. You know, I want to try to go out with a bang. You know, I asked you guys to trade me. Now, if he asks to get traded, that's different. That's different. Then you grant his wish. You trade him. But if that doesn't happen, you bring Cordero Patterson back and you let Cordero Patterson do what Cordero Patterson do. So, to answer the question, no, you don't release or cut Cordero Patterson. You bring him back next year. And like I said, you may move him to RB2 officially. And I think you bring Huntley back also. Keep that nucleus together as long as you can, but Patterson is still effective. He still makes things happen when he gets the ball. So let me know what y'all think. You know, if you think we should bring Patterson back, make sure to comment it. Let me know if you think it's not a wise idea to bring him back. You think he's getting older. You think his production has slowed down too much, and you think it would be in the Falcons' best interest to release him in the offseason. Comment that. Let me know also. Y'all know how we do. We chop it up in the comments. Also, if you like this video, if you like the content that we provide here on this channel, Atlanta Bird Gang, do me a favor, do us a favor, and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We are on a 1,000 subscriber grind. We just reached over 400 subscribers, so thank you to everybody. But we're grinding, so make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you turn the notification bell on. By turning the notification bell on, YouTube will send you notifications anytime we drop a video. But, hey, once again, no, you don't cut Patterson. You bring Cordero back. But I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all the next time I see y'all. Peace.